Kaiser Corona. Hey, baby girl. So what is built, not bought? Well, everything done in this shop was done by me. You know, a lot of guys have channels. They're going to load their car up. They're going to go down the road, and they're going to have a cage put in it. Then they're going to take it to the engine shop, have an engine put in it. The chassis shop, have the chassis shop done, and etc. That's never going to happen in this shop. I do everything myself. I do my own motors. I do my own cages. I even do my own interior, body, paint, suspension setup, you name it, I do it. So everything in here is done by me, and everything in here is custom. So if you're looking for some stock advice on a stock car, you got the wrong channel. You know, one thing I've always wanted is a blown Corvette. I like the C3s. I could have went the easy route and just went with the small block because that's what came in these. But my wife is going to tell you I have a cliche, which is what?
Go big or go home.
And that's it. This is a big block. 468 with an 871 blower, puts out about 850 horsepower. Getting close to firing it up. Got some more work to do before we actually completely finish it, but it's not too far. So I'll show you a drag car that I'm building. It's an 81 wide body Corvette, all molded, all done by me. Done my own cage, my own carbon fiber interior, built my own rear and housing, etc. This is going to have a 550 with the 1071 alcohol injected, put out about 1,350 horsepower. Numbers say I should be about a high 5, low 5 car. So that's coming really soon. But I want to show you something, a custom 79 Ford Bronco that means a lot to me. So I'm going to show you that. So come on, let's go take a look. All right, this is 79 Ford Bronco. Means a lot to me. This was my son Anthony's, and God called him way too early in life. Absolutely tore me apart, but this is a project that him and I were working on together, so I'm finishing it in his name, just the way he wants it. So it's a 79 Ford Bronco. It's got a 12-inch lift. Again, go big or go home. Got a 460 with a tunnel ram. So some things we're going to be doing in the near future. You know, when I got done painting the firewall, etc., it was just a little too busy for me. So he really likes a teal green. The body's teal and black, so I'm going to do a teal green firewall. I'm going to repaint the firewall teal green. Everything you see is blue is going to be teal green, and everything you see red is going to be teal green. Going to go ahead and pull the suspension out and do it all right. That's coming really soon, so you get to see some really cool paint work and be part of this when it's all said and done. And so now, let's get ready and put the Magnum grip B&M Shifter in the Pro Street. So come on, let's get busy. So I got the Magnum grip shifter from B&M. I rate the quality of their product an A+, but I rate their instructions and the hardware and everything, it's really a fail. So I'm going to show you some things that you can really do to, you know, speed your project up, make it a lot better quality, etc. So some of the things that they do, they send you a bunch of brackets like this that are not painted, and they really look like Fido's ass, because as soon as you put them in your car, if you don't paint them, they're just going to rust, etc. So I went ahead and powder coated the two brackets that I need. And the hardware they give you is really cheesy, so I went ahead and got me some grade 8. Remember, always use a flat washer on both your bolt side and your nut side, and I went with some nylocks because I don't want it coming loose. Also, you know, a lot of times when you drill holes, a lot of people don't know this, you know, you have what's called a center drill. You know, a center drill looks like this. This is a number 2. And the advantage of using a center drill is it's not going to walk. Like when you use a drill bit, sometimes it'll walk. When you use a center drill, wherever you drill it, that's where it's going to stay. And then whenever we get done drilling a hole, I always deburr it because then it, you know, it leaves that burr when you get done drilling a hole. So I already have all my stuff done, so you don't have to see any holes being drilled. But that's just a little bit of advice. So the one thing that they tell you is they tell you to go ahead and put the neutral safety switch bracket in first, like that, and then put the neutral safety switch in. At Houston, that don't work, because you do that, you get in here, then you got to put your fat fingers in like me, and that's just not going to work. So to save some time, we're going to go ahead and put the switch onto the bracket, and then we're going to put the bracket on. So give me a few minutes and be. Now we have the switch on. So the one thing that I forgot to tell you, make sure you put the bolts up. You want the nuts on the top. You want the bolts coming up. Otherwise, the bolt is going to hit the bracket on the bottom. And then, you know, that they don't tell you. We're going to get in there and drill a hole in a minute in the floorboard. You want to take this off. And take one of the nuts off, okay, before you climb up underneath it. Get yourself a 1-inch grommet. A 1-inch grommet, that's on the outside right here. And I got a 1/2-inch one, and I'm going to go over that in a minute. And then we're going to go ahead and install it. All right, so now we're going to put it in. So you want to go about 6 to 8 inches in front of where your shifter is going to be. I used a pedestal mount, which means I'm raising it above the transmission tunnel. Ergonomically, it's a little more comfortable for me. So you want to do a 1-inch hole about 6 to 8 inches in front of where your shifter is going to be. And you get that one, you get the grommet. You just slide it through all the way down. Don't worry about the grommet in a little bit. Now I got the shifter, right? So you can see if I'm down here, it's not a little really comfortable for me. So I got the pedestal mount, which I like. Pedestal mount's going to go right like this. Remember, just going to use I use grade 8s and I use a flat washer on both sides. All right, so now we got it bolted up good and tight. Now you want to make sure that your shifter is all the way in first gear. Okay. You want the plate to be on the outside of the shifter, all right? I'm just going to bolt it up. Make sure you can put your cable on. Do not forget the snap ring. This will leave you stuck like Chuck. I mean the C-clip, not the snap ring, my bad. So we're going to go ahead and put a nut on it, and we're going to get up underneath. All right, so now we got it looped up underneath. Went ahead and took all the hardware off, so we just want to go through the bracket. Go ahead and put your nut on there just to get it close. Then you want to put the rubber boot on there to protect it. Then you're going to put the next rubber boot on there to protect it. And this is the crucial part. That's what actually goes through the transmission bracket. So you screw it on, you want to make sure that you got enough thread sticking through it, and you just want it to pop in really easy. Then you just want to put your C-clip in, tighten everything up, and you're good. All right, now I got everything tight. I went ahead and put in my cotter key in here and got it turned around. I tightened it with a 2 11/16. I got it snug where there's still a little bit of play right here, so it's good. And then I went ahead and, if you don't fasten the cable, it's just going to drag on the ground. So I went ahead and just took a pop rivet with the little C-clip bracket, and I put it on the bottom of my floorboard. So now we got it bolted up. We got all the cables and everything put in. It's a 3-speed, first, second, hold it in for third, let up, go into neutral, reverse lockout, park. I went ahead and got the carbon fiber cover for it because I'm going to have a lot of carbon fiber on the car. I got it bolted in place, but you got the gist of it. So, you're looking at the interior and thinking, oh my God, this looks like hell. Well, it really does. But, I want it to look like hell because you're going to see it. It's going to end up being the baddest C3 interior you've ever seen. I'm getting ready to build the really bad console. I'm going to have 7 gauges in here, my stereo, an aux beam. I'm going to have a 5-inch monster tack set inside the gauge panel, a 5-inch speedometer. I'm going to put the MSD is going to be in the glove box. So it's going to be really cool. It's going to be the baddest C3 interior you've ever seen. So, hey, we got a lot of cool projects coming on. So if you like it, just like, subscribe, and share. If you have any questions or comments, I'll try and do what I can to get back to you. So, y'all be good and go fast.